Stop reacting. Start designing. If your life feels like a series of small fires, you're not bad at life. You're trapped in reaction mode. Most people survive. A few design. Today, I'll teach you the framework top performers use to stop surviving and start building a life that actually works for them. Chapter 1: Personal Audit. Know your operating system. You can't upgrade software you don't understand. Treat yourself like an early-stage startup. Map strengths, weaknesses, recurring failures, and the hidden patterns driving your outcomes. Don't list traits. Decode rules. Review 3 recent wins and 3 flops. Ask why, not who's to blame. Did you win because you prepared, connected ideas others ignored, or outlasted competitors? Did you fail because you chased novelty, skipped feedback, or burned energy on low ROI tasks? Pattern hunting rewires your brain. Your brain builds predictive models when you hunt for patterns. Cognitive science shows prediction error drives learning. Extract one simple rule from each day: what worked, why it worked, and how to repeat it. Over weeks, these micro rules become a personal operating manual. Secret: daily notes are low-effort R&D lab for future wins. Chapter 2: Vision backwards. Start from the finished product. Most people plan forwardwards and get lost. Reverse engineer your future instead. Picture yourself 5 years from now, not the job title, but how you feel, what problems you've solved, who depends on you. Work backwards. If that future you reads 50 books a year, what must change this week? If that version has steady revenue without trading hours, what skill or asset must exist by month 6? Reverse mapping creates a timeline that reveals which small decisions actually matter. Clarity produces selective blindness. It lets you ignore 90% of noise. A clear vision reduces anxiety and speeds choices. Research links purpose clarity to resilience. Reverse engineering from feelings instead of status creates emotional criteria that simplify trade-offs. Tiny keystone habits cascade. A 10-minute morning routine unlock better sleep, focus, and creativity. Secret: emotional criteria beat arbitrary goals. Chapter 3: Environment design. Outsource your willpower. Willpower is limited and noisy. Design is reliable. Set defaults that nudge you toward the person you want to be. Want to write? Make your laptop the easiest place to start and your phone the hardest. Want to save money? Automate transfers before the cash hits your wallet. Habit science shows cues drive behavior more than motivation. Your environment rewires decision friction. Change the room and you change outcomes. Environment includes your notifications, browser tabs, and nighttime texts. Habit cues trigger responses. Remove cues and habits dissolve. Try a 72-hour reset. Mute non-essential apps, close distracting tabs, and leave one book on your bedside instead of your phone. That friction change rewires behavior. Secret: tweak the physical and digital cues and good choices become autopilot. Chapter 4: Resource multipliers. Treat resources like seeds. Time, money, and relationships are seeds, not coins. Plant them strategically. Invest time in high-leverage skills, communication, systems thinking, and deliberate practice. Invest small amounts of money into experiments with asymmetric upside. The downside is limited. Upside is transformative. Multiply relationships by creating value first. Introductory favors compound into referrals, projects, and partnerships. Examples exist everywhere. One thoughtful email can turn into a client, a collaborator, or a long-term partner. Compound resources patiently. Keep a compound ledger to track investments and review monthly. Skills may not pay off this quarter but will multiply options for years. Secret: compounding favors the patient and consistent. Chapter 5: Risk alchemy. Make uncertainty work for you. Avoiding risk is slow death. Asymmetric risk, moves where upside far outweighs downside, is your friend. Learn to run micro experiments. Tiny bets that teach quickly and cost little. Nature provides a model. Trees that face the wind grow deeper roots. Growth happens at the edge of manageable discomfort. Structured experiments transform risk into research. You collect data and iterate. Run structured micro experiments with capped downside and clear learning goals. Design 3 buckets: curiosity, tiny; commitment, medium; and scaled commitment, bigger. Rotate through them to keep growth steady. Secret: scheduled experiments turn fear into data. Chapter 6: Learn to learn. Master meta skills. Random courses don't stick. Meta learning, the skill of learning, compounds forever. Use spaced repetition, project-based practice, and interleaving to build durable knowledge. Transfer science shows deep learning in one domain enhances performance in others. Music can sharpen pattern recognition, useful in strategy. Coding trains problem decomposition, useful in business. Prioritize meta skills like critical thinking. pattern recognition, and systems thinking. For meta-learning, teach what you study. Retrieval practice beats passive review. Build tiny public projects to force application and feedback. Secret: teaching converts shallow knowledge into mastery. Chapter 7. Network strategy. Your circle multiplies results. Networks are living ecosystems, not follower counts. Build a portfolio of mentors, peers, and beginners you can teach. Give value first: introductions, feedback, or small favors. Reciprocity compounds. One anecdote: a connector introduces a designer to a founder. That tiny favor becomes a contract covering 6 months of living. Relationships are reusable infrastructure. Invest in their maintenance. Networks need rhythm. Send one connective message weekly: an intro, a thank you, or quick feedback. Small acts accumulate. Secret: consistency beats charisma in networking. Chapter 8. Career as a platform. Build moats, not resumes. Think of roles as platforms that generate options, skills, reputation, and visible projects. Don't chase titles, build asymmetric benefits, skills that open multiple pathways and projects that show results. Your career moat is a unique blend of capability and credibility, making you hard to replace. Example: someone pair technical skill with the storytelling and suddenly they're valuable in product, growth, and leadership. Make your career moves into experiments. Negotiate for projects, not titles. Create internal side hustles and build public work that signals competence. Secret: design roles to produce compounding optionality. Chapter 9. Money systems. Cash is a tool, not a target. Money buys freedom when channeled into systems that protect downside and amplify upside. Automate savings, create a learning fund, and allocate a small experiment budget for side projects. Build cash flow engines. Skills are products that can pay while you sleep. Think of money as water in a garden. Channel it, don't douse it. Smart allocation wins over flashy numbers. Money systems should include psychological anchors. Label savings buckets with emotional goals. Freedom fund. Learning war chest. Experiment capital. Visual anchors help sustain discipline. Secret: the right money systems turn scarcity into runway and runway into options. Chapter 10. Energy focus. The currency behind everything. Strategy collapses without energy. Manage sleep, movement, nutrition, and recovery like capital. Identify prime hours and protect them from low-value tasks. Neuroscience proves focused attention unlocks disproportionately high returns compared to multitasking. 1 hour of deep, aligned work can equal multiple scattered hours. Guard your attention as if it were billable time. Energy is capital. Guard prime hours, schedule recovery, and make sleep sacred. 1 focused hour beats 4 scattered ones. Secret: protect focus like a paid appointment and treat rest as strategic work. Chapter 11. Creative systems engineer ideas. Don't wait for them. Creativity is combinatorial. Feed your brain diverse inputs. Keep an ideas inbox and force constraints. Constraints accelerate creativity. When options narrow, choices get bolder. Indie creators operate under limits and often produce the most original work because constraints force inventive moves. Build cross-pollination rituals. Read outside your field, sketch daily, and remix ideas into new formats. Creativity rituals. Have a cheap output schedule, daily 5-minute sketches or voice memos. Low-cost outputs reduce fear of failure and create a backlog to remix. Secret: backlog bursts for sustainable creativity. Chapter 12. Decision architecture. Stack choices for momentum. Decisions aren't isolated, they can set up future wins or traps. Use decision stacking. Make choices that increase the quality of your next choices. Create guardrails, time windows, rules, and pre-commitments that reduce friction. Frame complex choices with simple tests. Does this move align with my 5-year vision? If not, filter it. Automate repetitive decisions. Meal planning, wardrobe, and morning routines. The fewer small choices you make, the more mental bandwidth you have for rare, high-value decisions. Secret: automation is the oxygen of strategy. Start small. Pick 1 chapter and apply it for 7 days. Record the change. The discipline is less about radical shifts and more about repeatable adjustments. Momentum compounds. The first purposeful decision becomes the easiest part of the next. If you begin now, 6 months from today, you'll be playing an entirely different game. Conclusion: start designing today. Everything here is interconnected. Your vision filters decisions. Your environment makes them default. Your skills and network amplify them. And your energy fuels the engine. You don't need perfection. Start with the smallest strategic move you can actually do this week. Reverse map 1 goal, automate 1 habit, or run 1 micro experiment. Momentum compounds. Start with micro wins today. Comment the single move you'll take this week. subscribe for frameworks that actually change your life, and share this with one friend who needs to stop reacting and start designing.